to another episode of Timeless Personal Growth and Development. Today's going to be a good one. Today's going to be an important one, so you better listen. You better listen up on this one. And on an unrelated note, I was told that, you see these two lights in the back on the ceiling of this condo, that they were highly distracting in my old videos from a few weeks ago. And I look back on it, and you're right, it is distracting. So I changed it. I hope this new lighting is beneficial for you guys. I hope it's helpful. Let's get it right into it. Like I said in the beginning of this video, this isn't going to be an important one, so I need you to listen. This is information that I really wish I learned when I was younger. And it took me to the age of 35 to learn this information. But it's information of how the world works and how the world wants us to be weak, wants us to be lazy and weakened, because the world profits of our weaknesses. What would be an example of that? Well, I have a few examples of that. How the world profits off our laziness and off our weakness, and how the world wants us to be weak and lazy because it benefits from it. One example is medication. Medication and therapy for anxiety, for depression. Now, everyone's talking about, mental health awareness. Yeah, we know. Mental health awareness. We know that. Enough of that. It's everywhere. Yet, here's the thing. We're so focused on us as people, as a society, as communities, to be aware of our mental health and take care of ourselves. But mental health is such a big problem. Why are we promoting it, and everyone's so aware now about anxiety, about depression, about personality disorders, and all this, and going to therapy when you have an issue, when you have a problem in your life, how to solve that conflict, go to therapy. Yet there's still so many problems, there's still so many issues. Why? When you go to the doctor saying that you're depressed, and this happened to me when I was younger, I remember it was 2008, this happened to me, being told, oh, I feel depressed, I have a problem. And I would explain to the doctor why I was depressed. And what's their response? You go to them and saying, I'm feeling like this. They ask you a few questions, and they give you a prescription for antidepressants. Do you know what antidepressants is? It is a mind-altering drug that alters the chemicals in your brain. It's like, no, depression's a chemical imbalance. Antidepressants also causes a chemical imbalance in your brain. Well, why do doctors promote that? Why does not a lot of asking questions, asking deep questions about your depression, about your anxiety, and they're so quick, they're so easy to write a prescription and go, here's a prescription for antidepressants, take these, you'll feel better in 3 months. Why? Why is it so easy for them to fill out that prescription and send you on your way? Because pharmaceutical companies benefit from your depression. They want you to continue to be on antidepressants because those pharmaceutical companies benefit from that. They benefit from that. We spent the last 3 years in a pandemic, right? How quick was the world to come up with a vaccine for this pandemic, for COVID, right? so quick to come out of the vaccine. It took like, what, it took like less than a year? Yet we can't find a cure for cancer? What's with that? Well, why? Why don't we find a cure for cancer? Again, pharmaceutical companies benefit from cancer research. Benefits from that. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. COVID was the exact same thing. COVID got me, man. At first, like 2-3 months, it got me. Oh wow, this shit's really serious, right? It really got me until I started to think, to use my brain, use common sense, use my critical thinking skills. I started to look at everything like, this thing's weird. Why are they threatening to people to lose their jobs just because they don't want to get a vaccine? That doesn't make sense. That didn't make sense to me. You know, wanting people to get a vaccine and giving it, you know, letting people make their own choice about it, that's fine. But forcing people to take the vaccine, and if you don't do it, then you're going to lose your job and you're going to lose your livelihood. That was weird. I didn't get that. Why? Because they're making a profit over all the vaccine distribution. They're making a profit from all that. That's why the world wants to keep you dumb, keep you not thinking about things, not using your critical thinking skills, not be able to think for yourself so they can profit off of that. It was the same thing with COVID, same thing with like, and antidepressants, it's the same thing. I'll use therapy as an example. Going to therapy when you have an issue, when you have a problem. You pay $100 an hour to talk to a therapist about your problems. What happens when your problems get fixed? You don't go to that therapist anymore, and you don't pay that $100. They don't earn a profit anymore. Psychologists earn a profit from your problems. You go there to talk about your problems, but there's no real actionable advice. Maybe some psychologists are maybe professional in that sense. They won't use you or take advantage of your problems so they can earn a profit from that. But think about it. The more problems you have, the more problems you got to solve, and you're going to keep coming to them for $100 an hour, the more profit they make from that. $100 an hour. The world needs psychologists, of course, but people got problems. But if your problems get solved, they don't get paid. They profit off your problems. Same thing with pharmaceutical companies. They profit off your depression, off your anxiety, off your mental disorder. Whatever it is, they profit off of it. I'll give you another example. Valentine's Day passed, what, like a month or so ago? It was Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day, like Christmas, has become such a commercialized holiday. It's silly. A lot of people are feeling, yeah, Valentine's Day is getting silly. But you hear it all the time. And I heard this, especially when I was younger, I heard this a lot when I was younger. A lot was, oh, it's Valentine's Day, you gotta get something for your girlfriend, you gotta buy her dinner, you gotta go buy her flowers, you gotta go buy her chocolates, you gotta go do all these things, you gotta go get her an engagement ring for Valentine's Day. You gotta go do all these things. Why? Because if you don't, you're a bad boyfriend. If you're a really good boyfriend and you really loved her, you'd go and buy her all these things for Valentine's Day. Profit. See? Condition and manipulate men into thinking that they need to buy something and do something and spend a lot of money on Valentine's Day. It's a marketing tool to earn profit, to earn money. Because if you start thinking for yourself and use your critical thinking skills and use common sense, you'll be able to see through all these lies and see through all this BS and realize it's all for profit, man. It's all for profit. And they want to keep you lazy and weak, and having to rely on these antidepressants, having to rely on therapy, having to rely on people telling you what to do for Valentine's Day so your girlfriend will love you. It's designed to keep you weak, to keep you lazy, to keep you incapable of thinking for yourself, so the world can make a profit off of that. Social media companies hire psychologists when they develop apps like Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. They hire psychologists. These big organizations, these big social media companies hire psychologists. For what? So they can help them to make sure that these big social media companies and these apps are addictive as possible, and they keep you scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, because that's how they make a profit. That's how Twitter makes a profit. People signing up for Twitter, Instagram, that same thing. All these big social media apps, they want to keep you addicted to your phone. And I'm no saint. I got a smartphone. I'm somewhat, yes, addicted to it too. Yes, it is a highly addictive device. Highly addictive. But it's designed that way. It's supposed to be. Video games is the same thing. Video games are designed to be very highly addictive too. Because video game companies make a profit of being highly addictive, especially on young minds, especially on children. GTA is a good example. The more violence you see in GTA, the more addictive it is, right? Yeah, and video game companies are going to profit from that. It's all about profit. It's all about making money. The money makes the world go round and round and round. And, well, how would you stop yourself from doing this, for falling for this stuff? Look, I fell for this stuff for 35 years. I'm only now starting to smarten up to this. How do you smarten up to all this? Well, being aware of it. And being aware of how the world works. Yeah? Only people that are going to have your best interest are yourself, and hopefully your family and your friends. Anybody else? No. Government? No, not going to have your best interests in hand. You think during COVID the government had your best interests in hand? No, it was all about profit. Those vaccine passports were all about making profit. I'm telling you that. So just be more aware of this. Be more aware of how the world works. Be more aware of when you're being manipulated. And the most important thing you got to take away from this message is be healthy. Be healthy and take care of yourself. You should be prioritizing yourself and taking care of yourself. Because pharmaceutical companies aren't going to take care of you. The government's not going to take care of you, no matter how much you think they are and how you think they got your best interests in hand. You need to keep your best interests in hand. And you need to be above that and be aware of what's going on. Remember that. And on that note, thank you so much for watching. Do me a big favor and subscribe, Timeless Personal Growth and Development. And I will see you guys in the next one. I hope this message was of value to you. Have a good one.